My entire class and I were pulled into a weird group chat called Scorched Earth Apocalypse. Everyone else chose safe houses in the wilderness or places with plenty of water. I chose a high-rise apartment with no water or power. The most popular girl in school mocked me. No one would team up with me, and they all bet I'd be dead in 3 days. When it was time to pick a superpower, everyone chose storage-related abilities or water-based powers. I chose reverse photosynthesis, which lets me get energy from humidity in the air. They muted me in the chat, not wanting to see my desperate pleas for help when I started dying. But once the system revoked everyone's team building and admin privileges, they all saw the group chat's name reset. Deluge Apocalypse. It happened on a sweltering summer day. My whole class was pulled into a bizarre group chat. Hello 50 hosts. I am the Apocalypse system. Survive in this game for 1 week, and you will be rewarded with a prize of $100 million. As if anticipating our disbelief, it immediately dropped $100,000 into the group chat for us to claim. My classmates, who had initially thought it was a prank or a scam, went wild, scrambling to claim their share of the cash. Holy shit, if we last a week, we'll be set for life. Let's go, let's go. Only Ethan, the vice class president, seemed skeptical. What if we don't make it? Do we die? If everyone is eliminated, the game will restart. If there's a winner, the game will end. Anyone who quits midway will have to return the $100,000. That sent everyone into an uproar. Those who hadn't gotten a piece of the cash drop were crying foul. See? It's a scam. I'm leaving this group. Go ahead. We'll see if you really have to pay back $100 grand. But after a while, the member count hadn't changed. We were all trapped. The group admin ignored the bickering and presented us with our first choice. Choose your safe house. 1. A 20th floor apartment in a major city center, with no water or power. 2. A countryside cottage with farmable land. 3. An uninhabited island with abundant food. 4. An urban bomb shelter with a reinforced door and a low temperature. 5. A food processing plant with a large stockpile of resources. Chloe should pick the food factory. She can be in charge of the supplies, since she loves bossing everyone around anyway. Yeah, Chloe, if you do, we might be merciful and let you join our team. In the end, no one chose option 1, except for me. Jessica, the most popular girl in school, gasped dramatically. Chloe, are you insane? A high-rise with no water or power during a heatwave apocalypse. You'll be baked into a human jerky by day 3. Did you pick that just to seem cool for living in the city, without actually thinking it through? And you're the class president? So dumb. Jessica was used to being the center of attention, and after she said that, a bunch of guys chimed in to laugh at me. Even a few students who were about to choose option 1 changed their minds and picked something else. 5 minutes later, the poll closed and the admin spoke again. Each host is a temporary administrator. You can form teams with others who chose the same option. Teammates will be automatically assigned to the same safe house. Jessica was instantly thrilled. So, who are the lucky ones who picked the island with me? We can have a party. Her message prompted over a dozen guys to apply to be her teammate. She was beaming and she tagged me with a taunt. Oh my, so many people want to be on my team. Maybe I should send a few your way, at Chloe? It's so sad that no one chose you. It was true. Everyone else had formed a team. I was the only one left. After dozens of mocking messages, Ethan finally stepped in to restore some order. All right, everyone, let's not fight amongst ourselves. Admin, when do we start? There is one more choice. Your superpower for the next week. 1. An endless supply of fresh water. 2. An invulnerable, iron-hard body.
3. Instant téléportation.
4. Unlimited storage space. 5. Reverse photosynthesis. The chat immediately got serious as everyone analyzed the survival rate and application of each power in extreme heat. Jessica jumped in, giving a bunch of nonsensical advice and telling the guys fawning over her to pick the freshwater power, claiming it would boost their chances of survival. She herself chose unlimited storage space. I can help everyone keep track of their resources and prevent any disputes. After all, you're all my precious darlings. Ethan chose instant teleportation. I can teleport to your locations at any time to rescue you. In the end, no one chose option 5, except for me. I was hit with dozens more mocking comments. What the hell is that power? Sounds like something the game creator threw in to sound smart. Ha 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 ha. What did the president pick? Doesn't that mean you'll get hungry if you're in the sun? Won't she just die faster? All those books rotted her brain. Good thing we're not in the same safe house. Some people act like goody two-shoes all the time, but now she's just looking out for herself with some weird power. She should learn from Jessica and think about the group for a change. I still said nothing, letting them have their fun. But Ethan seemed to sense something was off. He sent me a private message. Why are you being so stupid? You'll be eliminated in no time. Are you still mad that I rejected you? Is this your way of trying to make me worry? I rolled my eyes and blocked him. Back in the group chat, everyone had confirmed their choices. The admin spoke again. Preparations are complete. The game will now begin. Admin privileges will be disabled on day 3. You can all modify your teams until then. Deploying to safe houses now. Day 1. Light rain. My apartment was quiet, with only the soft patter of rain against the windows. Jessica, at everyone see? It's raining. Of course it would rain to cool things down before the heat wave. She followed it up with a smug hair flip emoji. Someone at Chloe, you scared now? You'd better go collect some water with a bucket before you die of heat today. As soon as the sun comes out tomorrow, the roof of your crappy building is going to turn into an oven. Don't come crying and quit on day 2. So embarrassing. The others, who had been confused by the rain, immediately perked up and started praising her for being so smart. Ethan's message felt completely out of place. At Chloe, how are things on your end? Have you found any supplies in the safe house? His concern seemed to trigger Jessica. Ethan, why are you so worried about her? If you're so worried, why didn't you team up with her? Feeling sorry for her now? Then go join her. A string of dramatic emojis followed. Ethan went silent. The chat went eerily quiet for a few seconds, leaving only the faint sound of raindrops tapping on the window. Soon, one of Jessica's simps piped up, taking aim at me. What's wrong with the vice president caring about everyone's safety? Chloe, you dug your own grave. Don't drag him down and get him yelled at by Jessica. Yeah, she's so annoying. Let's just mute her. That way we won't have to listen to her screaming for help when she's about to die. It'll just waste resources and ruin the mood. Besides, literally 0 people want to save her. Administrator Kevin has muted Chloe. The cold system notification popped up on my phone screen. No one said a word in my defense. Fine by me. I could use the peace and quiet. I put down my phone and started searching the apartment. It wasn't huge, just a standard layout, but it was completely empty. Not a single grain of rice. Finally, I pushed open the balcony door and took a deep breath. The feeling of water molecules in the air filled my body. Reverse photosynthesis. As long as there were water molecules, I could replenish my energy. This time, I wouldn't have to worry about a shortage of resources. I felt refreshed, and the faint pangs of hunger disappeared. I sealed every window except for the one on the balcony to keep the apartment from getting damp. Then opened my phone again. The class chat was still blowing up. Haha, God sent us water. The fields were just tilled, perfect time for planting. In 10 days, I'm gonna have a whole vegetable garden. We're having a good haul, boys. Just went for a swim and caught a few big fish. Grilled fish party tonight. Jessica also posted a photo of the island's beach and palm trees. In the center of the picture was a small mountain of supplies. Cases of bottled water, vacuum-sealed meats, canned goods, and even a few bottles of red wine. Several guys were gathered around her, their faces plastered with fawning, eager to please smiles. Oh, I just don't know what to do with them. I told them they didn't need to give me so much. Good thing my storage space is big enough. I guess I'll do them a favor and hold on to it all. To be fair, just let me know if you need anything and I'll log it for you. A flood of envious and flattering messages filled the screen. But some people were murmuring about that mountain of supplies. That's a lot of stuff. Is it all really going to be logged and distributed? It seems kind of chaotic. Mark, what are you trying to say? Are you questioning the goddess Jessica? Jessica's doing this to prevent a free-for-all. If you're not happy, why don't you go team up with Chloe? Her crappy high-rise doesn't even have a bottle of water. At least no one will fight you for it. I closed the chat and fell into a deep sleep, lulled by the sound of the rain outside my window. Day 2. Heavy rain. Yesterday's drizzle had turned into a torrential downpour. Water quickly began to pool in the low-lying areas of the city. The balcony of my 20th floor apartment had become a miniature waterfall. I walked barefoot to the balcony door and greedily drank in the airborne water molecules. I was filled with strength. I reinforced the balcony door, and then hollowed out the base of the railing to create a simple drainage system. Unless the balcony's structure failed and collapsed, the rainwater wouldn't get inside. The class chat had already exploded. Damn it, the rain's too heavy. The seeds I just planted are all ruined. The water's about to flood the house. Help. The tide is rising on the island. The high ground where we set up camp is about to be flooded, and a lot of our food got washed away. My fucking superpower is generating water. It's totally useless. At Jessica, didn't you say this power would save our lives? What do we do now? With their own interests at stake, many of them turned on Jessica, the same girl they had been worshipping just yesterday. Jessica was indignant. Are you blaming me? Did I hold a knife to your throats and force you to pick the freshwater power? You were all tripping over yourselves to pick it for me, and now you're blaming me? Ethan tried to maintain order, but his voice betrayed a hint of anxiety. Everyone, calm down. Jessica, now's not the time to point fingers. You have so many resources in your storage space. Please, take them out now and help everyone. Jessica's voice grew even higher, tinged with tears and petulance. Why should I? I worked hard to collect all that. I haven't even finished logging it all. And you want me to just hand it over when the situation is so unclear? What if the sun comes out tomorrow? It'll be 120 degrees. This water will be a lifesaver. Her words were like throwing gasoline on a fire. Jessica, what the hell is wrong with you? You're still worried about your stupid log. And you're still thinking about a heat wave tomorrow? Does this rain look like it's going to stop? You're hoarding all those resources in your personal space just so you can hold it over our heads, aren't you? Ethan, say something. The chat devolved into a shouting match, all of it directed at Jessica. Ethan was frantically trying to calm everyone down when he suddenly seemed to have an idea. He tagged me. At Chloe, you're in a high-rise, right? It must be safe. Quick, tell us the address, and I'll teleport the people from the island over to take shelter. This, however, triggered Jessica again. Ethan, why are you always thinking about being with Chloe? Are you in love with her or something? I forbid it. Whoever goes to her, I'll cut them off from my resources forever. Ethan sounded helpless. Jessica, stop messing around. This is a matter of life and death. Who's messing around? Don't you all need my storage space? Whoever swears not to suck up to Chloe can come hide in my space. With Jessica stirring things up, I was once again forgotten as everyone went back to begging her for resources. She was once again the center of attention. I put down my phone and walked to a corner of the living room, where a few inconspicuous cardboard boxes were stacked. I opened one. Inside were neatly arranged power banks, laptops and tablets, their indicator lights showing they were fully charged. In another box were several thick paperbacks, a few board games, and even a small projector. These were the supplies I had quickly gathered in the few minutes while the system was announcing the rules and everyone else was busy grabbing cash and laughing at me. Things that were useless in a heat wave, but essential for maintaining sanity in a confined environment. The non-essentials. I picked up a fully charged power bank, plugged in my phone, and settled in to watch the dumpster fire in the group chat. Day 3. The rainfall doubled again. If yesterday's downpour was normal, today's was a full-blown tempest. The rain was no longer drops but heavy sheets of water, hurled at the ground by gale force winds. In just one morning, the water level had already risen past the first floor. I no longer needed to go out on the balcony to absorb energy. I just lay in bed, watching my phone unfazed. The class chat was dead silent. Yesterday's arguments had been replaced by panic and despair. Only a few sporadic messages popped up. Water's in the house. Can't stop it, help. It's over, the camp is completely flooded. The bomb shelter door is leaking. It's freezing, what kind of apocalypse is this? Tsunami. Find the highest point. At Ethan, Vice Pres. Help us. Teleport over and get us out of here. Anywhere. Please. Ethan only replied with a series of ellipses. His teleportation ability consumed a massive amount of energy each time. With no safe destination, every rescue attempt was a huge risk. He could barely save himself. Suddenly, a message from Jessica popped up. Her tone almost fanatically forceful. What's everyone panicking for? Get a grip. After a downpour, there's always a heat wave. It's a rule. It's going to be over 120 degrees soon. How can you be my knights and protect me if you're all falling apart like this? Get it together. This time, even her most devoted simps couldn't take it anymore. They laughed, but it was a bitter, angry sound. Jessica, wake the fuck up. Heat wave? Knights? The sky is falling outside. Are you seriously still playing princess at a time like this? Are you out of your mind? Where are your resources? Hand them over. We're all freezing and starving to death. My resources are mine because I earned them. Why should I give them to a bunch of losers? When the heat wave hits, you'll see. Her shrill argument was cut short. At the top of everyone's phone screen, a system notification appeared, firm and undeniable. All mutes within the group have been lifted. Administrator Jessica has had her privileges revoked. Administrator Ethan has had his privileges revoked. Administrator Kevin has had his privileges revoked. A series of admin revocations flashed by, followed by one final message. Group name Scorched Earth Apocalypse has been reset to Deluge Apocalypse. The group chat froze, as if someone had hit pause. Then it exploded. Deluge Apocalypse? What Deluge Apocalypse? You motherfucking system. You played us. The heat wave? What happened to the damn heat wave? You're trying to drown us. Jessica. It was you. Where's your heat wave? Ethan. Didn't you say you analyzed everything? Desperate wails flooded the screen, nearly crashing my phone. Right in the middle of this out-of-control storm, my message appeared completely out of place. Imaged a JPG. The storm raged outside the balcony, but inside, the room was lit by the dry, warm glow of a candle. A tablet and a laptop were on, and a novel lay open beside them, its pages pristine. My safe house looked comfortable and relaxed, a stark contrast to the flooded, ruined wreckage everyone else was in. The frantic scrolling in the chat came to a sudden halt. A few seconds later, it was replaced by an explosion of exclamation points. Chloe. I get it now. Chloe changed the group name. Everyone's an admin, so she is too. It was a flood, and you changed it to a heat wave. You were trying to kill us, weren't you? I'll kill you. You have no resources. You should be starving to death by now. Do you have another power? System, I want to report her for cheating. I want to reselect my safe house and power at admin. I calmly watch the frantic messages scroll by on the screen. For a bunch of people who clearly don't read, you're still surprisingly slow. My power is reverse photosynthesis. I live off the humidity in the air. I don't really need food and water. So it's okay for you to mute me, but I can't change the group name? You should have realized something was wrong when it started raining on day 1. You gambled and you lost. You deserve to die. Just then, the long-awaited system notification popped up again. Attention all hosts. Phase 1 Safe House Survival has ended. Phase 2, Resource Scramble, will begin in 10 minutes. Hosts with intact safe houses will receive a priority notification. All members are now muted. The chat went completely silent. My phone buzzed nonstop. Everyone, including Jessica and Ethan, started spamming me with private messages. The same people who had treated me like the plague were now sucking up, apologizing, offering deals, and praising me while trashing Jessica. Amidst the flood of DMs, I precisely tapped on the notification from the system. It had sent me a long list detailing every classmate's chosen safe house and superpower, and even their team compositions. The first round of choices had only lasted 5 minutes, and the chat was so chaotic that I hadn't memorized anyone's picks. This intel was a godsend. I ignored everyone else and carefully studied the list, memorizing all the important information. Once the second round started, I wouldn't have time to be looking at my phone. 10 minutes later. Phase 2. Resource scramble has begun. Duration 3 days. The individual or team with the highest score will advance to the next phase. Points are based on survival resources plus number of powers. Kill another host to steal their power. Hosts with an intact safe house receive plus 1,000 points. You can no longer quit the game during this phase. As soon as the announcement was made, a point value appeared next to everyone's name. Most were below 500. I had 1,500. Teaming up with me was basically a guaranteed win, and they wouldn't have to worry about their safe house being in danger. The group chat mute was lifted, and the remaining survivors went into a frenzy, tagging me relentlessly. Chloe's safe house is intact. She got 1,000 points. At Chloe, boss, save me. Let me join your team. My power is super strength. I'll protect you. All resources are yours. Chloe, my queen, please take me in. I was wrong. I shouldn't have joined in on mocking you. I'll teleport over and protect you. Just tell me your location. Chloe, we're classmates. You can't just let us die. Let's team up. The same avatars that had sneered at me were now wearing the most desperate masks of humility. They needed to team up, needed me to share my safe house coordinates, so the system could transport them over. My finger hovered over the input box. In the end, I typed out just 2 words. No thanks. Clean, simple, and final. After a brief silence, the flattery turned into even more furious abuse. Chloe, you fucking bitch, you're just gonna let us die. Are you even human? You piece of shit. You're going to die a horrible death. Just you wait. When we find you, we'll tear you to pieces. Selfish bitch. No wonder nobody wants you. Day 4. The rainfall doubled again. The floodwaters had submerged the 3rd floor of most buildings. The class chat was no longer a flood of messages, but a grim, crimson-colored obituary. Chris has left the chat. Sarah has left the chat. Kevin has left the chat. Survivors, 2550. Half the class was dead. Maybe they drowned. Maybe they were killed by their own teammates for their powers. Who knew? A request popped up unexpectedly. Ethan has sent you a friend request. I accepted. Almost instantly, his messages poured in, his words laced with a kind of breathless, desperate affection. Chloe, you finally answered me. I knew you still had feelings for me. It was Jessica all along. She was stirring up trouble and turning everyone against you. I was defending you behind the scenes. Chloe, we're trapped in a cave, and I don't have the energy to teleport anymore. Your place is the only safe one. Please tell me where you are, let me come over. I swear I'll protect you with my life. Just save me this one time, and we can be together. I've actually always liked you. I was just afraid to admit it because of Jessica and the pressure from everyone else. Chloe, please give us a chance, okay? Every word was drenched in emotion. Every sentence a declaration of love. In the last game, he had done the same thing, using his gentle eyes, and I had no choice excuses to fool me, only to sell me out a moment later. My finger hovered over the screen for a moment before I replied. You like me? I swear to God, Chloe. It's true. Well, what about your teammates? I typed slowly. The teams were locked in a long time ago. You can't regroup unless all your teammates are dead, right? He was silent for a few seconds. I feigned disappointment. I guess it won't work out then. Good luck surviving the next 3 days. The typing indicator at the top of the screen flickered on and off. Finally, he gave his answer. Chloe, if I don't have any teammates, you'll team up with me, right? I stared at the screen, my eyes cold. A few minutes later, several new death notifications appeared in the group chat. All of Ethan's teammates were dead. He eagerly sent me a team invitation. I did it, they're dead. Let's go, Chloe. You played so hard to get just to be alone with me. You're really something. I took a screenshot of our conversation and immediately posted it in the group chat. The others were busy trying to survive and hadn't paid much attention to the latest deaths, but many of them must have had notifications turned on for me, because they instantly exploded. I can't believe the vice president is that kind of person. He killed his own friends just to lick Chloe's boots. And he always acted so righteous. What a fucking snake. Ron Sampeter, did you see this? Your good friend just murdered our other friends. Ethan, I'll haunt you for the rest of my life. Kill him. Anyone who sees Ethan, kill him for me. Take his power. I want him dead and dismembered. The good leader, great friend, and reliable guy persona that Ethan had carefully built for years completely shattered. He frantically spammed my DMs, one message after another. Chloe, how could you post that? I did it for you. For our future. Delete it. Please, I'm begging you, delete it. I still need those people in the group. Don't ruin this for me. The curses in the group chat were escalating. Someone even started tagging the system, reporting Ethan for maliciously murdering his teammates and demanding his power be stripped. Ethan's messages stopped for a moment. When they resumed, they were filled with the venomous, blustering rage of someone who had nothing left to lose. Chloe, you're ruthless. Fine. You're fucking ruthless. You think this clears your name? You think they'll be grateful to you? Dream on. They hate your guts just as much. Just you wait. Once they get a chance to breathe, you're next. I closed his chat window and blocked him. Day 5. The flood had swallowed most of the low-lying buildings. The rain had eased slightly but continued its relentless, monotonous drumming against the apartment windows. The class chat was deathly quiet. The survivor count now read 1750. The curses and pleas were gone, replaced by the occasional pop-up of coordinates for help, which were quickly buried under new death notifications. In the midst of this suffocating silence, an unexpected avatar spoke up in the group chat. Jessica. At everyone, I was too selfish before. I didn't see the situation clearly, and I put everyone in this difficult position. Every word was laced with caution, a complete reversal of her previous Queen Bee persona. She posted a photo. The island was completely submerged. She stood alone on a small hill, surrounded by a messy pile of supplies. Her tone was humble, almost groveling. My teammates are all gone. For the sake of being classmates, will anyone team up with me? I'll give up all the resources in my storage space. All I'm asking for is a chance to team up. She posted a string of coordinates. This is my location. I don't want anything anymore. I just want to be with you all, sob. It was a long time before anyone broke the silence, their tone dripping with undisguised sarcasm. Jessica, our noble school queen? Weren't you supposed to be protected by your legion of simp knights? Weren't you going to have a beach party? Did all your knights get fed to the fish? Give up all your resources? Who'd believe that? Isn't your storage space bound to you? Who knows what you're holding back? Are you trying to trick someone into being your cannon fodder again? Get lost. Just seeing your name is annoying. If it weren't for you giving bad advice and tricking everyone into picking the freshwater power, would we be in this mess? The girl who was once adored by all was now universally despised. Not a single person responded to her team request. About half an hour later, a few terrified messages suddenly appeared in the chat. Jessica. Fuck you. You bitch. The coordinates are for a floodgate spillway. We were swept away as soon as we teleported. Leo and Tom are gone. The message cut off abruptly. The system displayed a cold notification. Leo has left the chat. Tom has left the chat. Steve has left the chat. A few seconds later, a hoarse voice spoke in the chat, trembling with post-traumatic shock and bone-deep hatred. Before Sam died, he said Jessica's teammates on the island were killed because she deliberately led them into dangerous areas to scout. She killed all her teammates, don't trust a word she says. Jessica's avatar never lit up again. Day 6. The rain stopped, but the sky remained ominously dark. I stood by the apartment window looking out. The lower floors were completely submerged, the murky water carrying all sorts of debris, a true apocalyptic scene. My phone vibrated. A system notification popped up. Calculating final scores. 10-minute countdown for Phase 2 begins now. Activating group-wide live stream. But no one in the chat responded to these messages. The group that once had 50 members now had only 3. Me, Ethan, and Jessica. My score was still 1,500. The other two were at 1,400. Host Ethan detected near the safe house. Almost simultaneously with the notification, a loud bang echoed from my reinforced front door. Boom! The heavy metal door didn't budge. Chloe, open the door. I know you're in there. We're running out of time. Ethan's hoarse roar came from outside, laced with an uncontrollable fear. I walked to the door but didn't open it or answer. I just listened. Ethan's voice softened to a plea. Chloe, I was wrong before, and I apologize. But now's not the time for that. It's too dangerous out here. We have to fight together, survive together. But Jessica was sending a string of voice messages in the group chat. Survive together? You, the guy who sells out his teammates without a second thought, have the nerve to talk about fighting together? If your true colors hadn't been revealed yesterday, and people weren't on guard, you would have screwed over even more people. Shut up. Ethan seemed enraged. He turned back to my door and yelled, Chloe, don't listen to her. She's killed so many people, she's a psycho. She's just trying to divide us so neither of us can form a team. Jessica let out another cold laugh in the chat. Oh, Mr. Vice President, playing the good guy now? Weren't you the one who encouraged everyone to isolate her, and told me about her confession like it was a joke? Weren't you the one who, to suck up to me, suggested everyone push the heaviest manual labor onto her? What's with the lovesick act now? Ethan's voice shot up, his tone furious, as if he'd been falsely accused. When have I ever done something like that? Don't you dare slander me. If you didn't do it this time, you'll do it next time. You were born to sell out your team. Their argument grew more intense. I opened the door. When Ethan saw me, he forced down his anger and tried to rush forward to hug me. Chloe, I knew you still had feelings for me. Let's team up. Send the request now. Jessica is catching up. But I pushed his hand away and said lightly, your only power is teleportation. Ethan must have thought I was feeling insecure. He tried to soothe me in a gentle tone. It's okay, Chloe. As soon as we team up, Jessica will be eliminated. I can share your power, and we'll both survive this apocalypse. But before he could touch me, he was sent flying by a powerful force. Jessica had arrived. After killing several teammates, she had acquired the iron-hard body power. Ethan, on the other hand, had teammates who were mostly tricked by Jessica into picking the useless water power. And with his reputation in tatters, no one else would team up with him. His abilities were no match for Jessica's. He watched in horror as Jessica walked into my apartment, and I made no move to stop her. Ethan was stunned. What is the meaning of this? Jessica dropped her previously hostile demeanor, slung an arm over my shoulder, and laughed hysterically. I've been waiting for this moment for so long, just to see the look on your face. Ha 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 ha. Ethan, when you betrayed me and Chloe, did you ever imagine this would be your end? What are you talking about? When did I ever betray you too? I rolled my eyes, not bothering to explain. I just pulled out my phone and tapped a few times. System notification. Host Chloe has invited host Jessica to join the team. Host Jessica has accepted the invitation. The moment the team up notification appeared, system announcement. Phase 2 has ended. Congratulations to the team of Chloe and Jessica for topping the scoreboard. You will now enter the final phase. Lone raft survival. Duration 1 day. Ethan's pupils shrank. His world collapsed. No. Chloe. Are you fucking insane? You're teaming up with her? She's a venomous snake. She killed everyone. Can you just drop the whole damsel in distress made me do it act? It was the same in the last game. You said everything was to protect Jessica. That's why you had to betray me. But in the end, you took all the powers and resources for yourself. Who's more venomous than you? Ethan's eyes flickered as if he was faintly remembering something. But the system didn't give him any more time. The next second, with a look of confusion and despair, Ethan stopped breathing. He had been eliminated. Jessica viciously kicked his corpse a few times. Her once beautiful face held no trace of pity, only a bone-deep hatred. System notification. Host Ethan is dead. Host Ethan's power instant teleportation is now available. Hosts Chloe and Jessica may choose to claim or abandon it. Neither of us moved. Day 7. A small rubber raft drifted on the surface of the murky water. It was the only supply the system had provided, appearing abruptly on my balcony when it announced we had entered the final phase. Jessica and I sat side by side in the raft, floating through the dead, silent, and completely flooded city. Jessica was the first to speak. This last day, it's for us to kill each other, right? I nodded, facing her openly. You're stronger. If you want to kill me, go ahead. She clicked her tongue and turned her head away, her expression blank. Do you think I'm a monster like Ethan? Jessica and I had been working together from the start. We had been reborn. In the last game, everyone knew it was a deluge apocalypse. Ethan chose reverse photosynthesis. And I, trying to help my classmates, chose the food factory as my safe house and unlimited storage as my power. I teamed up with many people, letting them freely use my resources. Most of them chose teleportation and spent the apocalypse exploring, feeling no survival pressure at all. During the second phase, Ethan suddenly begged me for more resources. He said he really only wanted to team up with me, that he could protect me, and we could clear the game together. Like an idiot, I fell for it. While I didn't agree to abandon my teammates, I did tell him where I'd stored some supplies. He immediately posted our chat history in the group. I was attacked by my furious teammates and seriously injured. Ethan then took over my resources with a look of pained reluctance. They locked me in a warehouse to die. The last thing Ethan said to me was, "Only Jessica deserves our protection. Trash like you is only good for being a tool. Be smarter in your next life. No one is grateful for your help." In the end, it was Jessica who saved me. In the last game, she had been a lone wolf. She didn't team up with anyone, chose a high rise as her safe house, and the iron-hard body as her power, all just to survive on her own. She had even muted the group chat. But because of that, she missed Ethan's performance in the group. He wanted my resources and used me as a target to assemble a team of 20 people. He threatened me into joining his squad. Those guys treated me like a toy. They said I was a curse, that if it weren't for trying to team up with me, they wouldn't have been ordered around by Ethan. If it wasn't for my iron-hard body, they would have tortured me to death. The 20 of them made it to the third phase. But then, the system announced the $100 million prize had to be split evenly. Ethan got greedy. He led everyone to a floodgate, and because of his reverse photosynthesis, he was completely unharmed in the flood. After the other teammates died, he came after me. In the end, I thought of you. Desperate for a chance to survive, Jessica teamed up with me. My storage space still held a lot of resources, so our combined score barely surpassed Ethan's, and we won. But after she rescued me, we were both severely injured, far from we had this time around. We barely survived that final day, but our injuries were too severe. We both died right after the game ended. Maybe it was a system bug, but our memories were preserved. When the game restarted, Jessica and I entered the group at the same time, and made a pact to get revenge on the entire class. I changed the group name, and she provided the cover. If everyone is eliminated, the game will restart. If there's a winner, the game will end. Anyone who quits midway will have to return the $100,000. Who would have thought that this seemingly delicate and popular girl actually despised the boys in our class? Since they treated her like a curse in the last game, she would be a real curse this time. To clip Ethan's wings, she sowed discord among the friend groups. To rip off his mask, I exposed his hypocrisy. We went through all that trouble to lure Ethan here, with no teammates and no powerful abilities, just for this moment. Ding! Congratulations to hosts Chloe and Jessica for successfully completing the lone raft survival phase. The Deluge Apocalypse game is now officially cleared. Final reward: $100 million in cash has been distributed to the designated accounts of the two hosts. Hosts who did not clear the game will be erased in reality. The game will shut down in 10 seconds. 10-9. Time to go, Jessica said softly. Yeah. The countdown hit 0. When I opened my eyes again, I was looking at my familiar ceiling. My phone buzzed with a bank transfer notification. A deposit of $50 million.